You're listening to The Sound.
I just wanna tell the truth. I just wanna tell the truth. I just wanna tell the truth. I just wanna tell
You are tuned into
The Reality of Love with Tonya B. I am Tonya B. The show. We have a young man that I went to high school with. So Deshaun Ringgold is going to be joining me tonight. This is the reality of love. Forget about what you see on TV. This is real life reality. It's no make-believe reality. Anyway, so let me give you another update. Oh, these producers are killing me tonight. People work with me tonight because my producers are a little stuffy tonight. They're a little...
So sitting next to me, I have Mr. Deshaun Ringgold, who is a single dad. So I want to give him some props for that. Hardworking, single dad. I stress single dad. That's a tough title to hold down. So why don't you introduce yourself to my audience?
My name again, Deshaun Ringgold. I am a single dad, but with all the applause and how it is, just want to let you know his mother is alive, but it's just I have custody of my son, and we do what we do. But I'm born and raised pretty much in Hempstead.
Yay!
Hempstead High Tigers. That's my thing.
Do or die. So let me ask you. So I know your son's mom is still alive, and I do know that you fought very hard to get custody of your son. And we thank God that the courts did award you custody. For whatever reason you was fighting, we won't get on that on the air.
She was crazy. It was good.
Okay. You opened the door.
She opened it.
Okay. The floodgates are open.
If she ain't go crazy, I'll still be paying child support. Yeah, that's all good.
So let me ask you, if I may, does she pay you child support?
Nah, I never took her to court for that because I make more money than her, and she can't afford it.
But you do realize if the shoe was on the other foot, she wouldn't care if you made 2 cents a day.
Yeah.
She'd have you for child support.
Well, not for nothing, I'm still paying her now. Even though I have custody, because whenever you're out of work, the court doesn't stop child support. It just adds up like a credit card.
Right.
So, over 15 years, I got a little debt there, and I'm just...
that's what they should call child support. A credit card.
That's pretty much what it is.
A credit card debt.
That's pretty much what it is.
But and
not for nothing, I got a lot to say about that, but I don't know if we got enough time, but I think it's ridiculous. How they just decide that it's going to be just, 16 to 17% of somebody's salary, no matter who it is. A person at McDonald's, we take 17% of their salary and say that child is good for maybe $100 every 2 weeks. But then you take somebody that's making 6 figures and you take 17% of their salary and say that child is good with $5,000 every 2 weeks. Like it's just ridiculous to me. It should be one number for all children. Like I just think it's totally ridiculous. And then they don't even let you out of it when you go up and down. Like nobody keeps the same salary.
I know a couple of rich people that will agree with you because they paying out the elbow. I know a couple of rich people that's paying about $13,000 a month, and some greater than that, $30,000 a month in child support. And exactly what are you doing with $30,000 a month in child support?
Right, because it ain't going for the child.
You're not paying college tuition because they 5 years old.
But no, the court breaks it down and lets you know that the child support is not necessarily money that just supposed to go to the child. It's supposed to go towards rent. It's supposed to go towards lights if you're not living in the house.
I understand.
I understand that, and that's fine. But my thing is, you also have the mother who has a full-time job, and if she's making $40,000 a year and you're making $30,000 a year, and they take 17% of yours and then they add it to hers, that's just too much. I just don't think that makes sense.
I understand. My whole point is, I know that they break it down on what was rent, like whatever. My thing is, if you are getting $30,000 in child support and you got a light bill that's high, you don't need to be getting child support. Because that means you make enough money. If you living in a mansion, you don't need child support. You need to have me as your adopted child living on the other side, so I don't have to pay rent. That's what you need. I'm just saying.
I'm just throw it out there, not for nothing. Because again, I'm open book. But when my child was born, I was making $45,000 a year when I first started in computers, and I had my child, and I knew I wasn't, with the girl. So I took her to court just so I ain't had to deal with it and give her the money and not just visit my child and call it a day. So I did, and they took the 17%. It was like $275 every 2 weeks, and that was fine. Then all of a sudden, you get a new job, you make some more money, and then the court, you don't even have to go back to court. They just find out you got a new job and make some more money, and then all of a sudden that $275 every 2 weeks turns to $350
Right,
every
because
2
you're
weeks
paying by percentage.
without even going to court. Then, now we're talking about, some $700 a month for child support. Then, 4 years later, you lose that job, and then you find a job because you're 6 months on the bench. And then you find a job, but now you're not making that 45, that 50. You get a job and you're making 25.
Yeah, but you can go back to the court and petition the court.
Down.
No, of course not.
They're taking 17% of 45,000 from 25,000.
Right, but you can petition the court and go back to court and have them reduce your child support. They're not coming to you.
After 3 years on the same job. You can't just keep switching jobs and going to court and then they keep
but if you
reducing
lose
it.
your job,
They
you
say
can
that
go to the courts and have it reduced.
You can't until 3 years. I've done it.
Well, I suggest
after you have to be on a job or out of a job and out of work and have a salary of the same for a consistency of 3 years before they reduce that 17% to that particular salary you have now.
You are tuned into
To the Reality of Love with Tonya B. I am Tonya B.
You're listening to the sound.